Hi, I'm Aaron Goodchild, the owner of Brisbane Yamaha. Anchoring. Anchoring can be the frustration of all new boaters. In fact, I've had some nightmares in my life with anchors scalloping along the bottom, missing fish, snagging up on things I didn't want. Well, I started a game fishing magazine, Blue Water Boats and Sport Fishing, and I got to go fishing with some people who actually know what they're doing. Over these next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you how the pros anchor. Now, people say, what's the best anchor? There isn't one. The best anchor for a particular size boat and the conditions, the ground you're anchoring on. If you're anchoring on reef, you don't use a sand anchor. If you've got a little boat, you don't use a big anchor. Now, but let's just have a look at a couple. Let's imagine you go to the start. You've bought your boat, the dealer's going to give you an anchor kit. You know, this boat, this is up to about a 4-metre boat. Make sure you do the shackles up. Pretty easy. On calm weather, in an estuary, out in the bay on a good day, you throw that over, it's just going to hook up. Now it's a sand anchor, but these are plow anchors, rough ground, mud, different conditions, they plow in. Now, but all anchors, right, what I'm going to tell you is all anchors work the same. And how that is they all work by being pulled level with the ground, low, not high, right? So there's only two problems in anchoring. One is not enough chain, and the other one is not enough rope. That's assuming you've got the right anchor to start with. So what am I talking about? As a basic rule of thumb, you're going to need 3 times the length of rope for the depth. Chain. In still conditions, you don't need a lot of chain. Offshore fishing, you need as much chain, as long as your boat, right? Big anchors. And we're going to show you how to anchor offshore with anchor buoys. But let me show you the basic principle. The basic principle is that the chain, the anchor, has to be flat. The flutes dig into the sand, into the mud. The anchor has to pull flat. That's how it stays. If the anchor's pulling up, it won't walk, it'll break loose. So what happens is, imagine the boat's on the surface, the boat's going up and down, and it lifts the chain. And when it pulls, the chain's low, and it pulls the anchor into the ground. If you don't have enough chain or you don't have enough rope, the boat, as it lifts in the waves, lifts the anchor. And that's how you scallop along and break loose, right? It's simple. Now, all anchors, it doesn't matter what you got, work the same. Now, let me tell you, we're on reef. This little reef anchor, this is actually one of my anchors. Now, I mentioned there's no right anchor. There's only the right anchor for the situation. No anchor that fits all. Now, I use this little beauty. It's full of lead. It's heavy. I don't even put chain on it. I just throw it in, and I do this when I'm in heavy reef, right? I have a rope on it, chain, not big seas. It's really easy. It doesn't cause a lot of damage. Straighten it up and it sits there. Now, anchor buoys. If I'm going to use so much chain, so much rope, massive big anchor, how will I ever pull it in? Well, you can't. I haven't pulled an anchor in 10 years. Even in shallow water, I won't pull it in. Anchor buoys. This is a small anchor buoy. Now, all the anchor buoys I use have a stainless steel ring. Why I like a big ring is because I like the chain, the rope, the chain, to be able to go through this when it's working. I like the stainless steel ring, the anchor, goes right through and gets hooked. And then the buoyancy of the anchor buoy holds all the weight. Now, we're going to see this a bit later, right? They make all sorts of clips and things. Don't worry about it. Every pro I've ever seen uses a stainless steel ring and some sort of buoyancy. Now, it might be a black 20-litre container. I've seen a lot of them use that. This anchor buoy, I've had for 25 years. It used to be orange. I've lost it 3 or 4 times. I found it out there floating around when I've snapped ropes. It's a little beauty. It'll lift up a massive amount of chain and rope. Let's go out and see how you use an anchor buoy. So here we are out in the water, and we're going to use an anchor buoy. Now, basically what you do is you anchor, and you can assume we're in a centre console. But let's assume we're in a cabin boat, we're in any cabin boat. I don't go to the front. In big seas, it's too dangerous up there for me, and it's too hard on your back. Now I'm back here. I've got the anchor rope threaded through the bowsprit at the front, and tie it off here so that it won't go back in the prop or do anything. Just with a simple knot, I double it over. So here is the anchor rope. Now one end's on the anchor, obviously. Now, the secret is, don't just go chucking this thing out with all your chain in a big mess. Because if you do, the anchor's going to get caught in the chain, you're not going to hook up. Now, have a look. The anchor buoy is already on it. It's already on the rope. Now, so all I'm going to simply do, I've looked over the sounder, I've found a spot off here, we know which drift direction we are, we're going to drift back onto a reef to fish. So I'm going to let the anchor over. So I let it over by hand, and then I start dropping it. Right, and I get to a point and I throw the anchor buoy over. And that anchor's holding perfectly. Now, we can see it on a sounder. We're holding into the wind, into the waves, and the anchor buoy. Have a look at that anchor buoy just there, Dan. Brilliant. Now, the secret of having the box in the side, and if it's a half cab, I have it at the back. Right, let's say we want to let some more rope out. Right, we don't go up and crawling through anchor hatches and all that stuff which is dangerous. We simply come back here, I'm standing up, my back's not sore, and I can let anchor rope out. Right, I can let as much as I like. Maybe on the sounder, I'm drifting back onto a bit of reef and I haven't got onto it. Maybe there's some sort of structure that I've been looking for. I've sounded it, I've seen it, and now I need to anchor on it. You know, so you take a bearing, you work out where it is, you work out how the boat's going to drift, and if you anchor up from it, now it's just a matter of getting back. So what I want is, I want my baits to drift down, and don't forget your line's going to drift too, and end up in the zone, in the bite zone. If you can get your bait in the right spot, you'll catch more fish. And look, I've let the boat out, it's sat there. Now once again, a couple of simple half hitches on here. Don't be scared to use your bollard. It's just I don't like going up the front. Now, the rope's all here, rope's all neat, everything's fine. We can fish, we can do anything. That's as easy as it is to put it out. Now, let's pull the bloody thing in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drive around the anchor buoy so I can pick the line up. Now, some people leave the anchor buoy on the bowsprit when they're towing it. I don't. Now, the reason why I don't is if you ever have a hook up, a foul up, and the rope, you can't break it off. If you let off the accelerator, the boat flies around. Now, I always tie the rope off to the back cleat. Now, I've tied it off. You see the front, it's not going to pull there. And I've taken my bearing, right? Now, I know which way to head. So you can see the rope's at the back. There's the anchor buoy. And basically what's going to happen is the water pressure is going to send the buoy down the rope. Now, the buoyancy of the buoy is going to crack the anchor free. What you do is you just drive off in that angle, because we know the anchor's under us somewhere here now. And you can see the anchor buoy being pushed down and back. And we're just going to keep going until, and if you wanted, Dan could hold that rope, and when you get good enough, you can feel that stainless steel ring go over down the rope, over your chain, and actually hook onto your anchor. Now, as that ball's being pushed down underwater, the angle of the rope and the anchor is increasing. It's like you haven't put enough rope out. So the anchor's going to pop up and come up. Now, I'll just go fast, and what we'll do is, eventually, oh, I think we've got him up now. What we'll see, we'll break him loose. And what we're looking for in the background is for an anchor buoy to be doing that. Can you see that back there? Because we want the anchor buoy flashing around like a big fish out the back. That way we know that it's gone right to the end of the chain, it's caught on the anchor, and we're not going to have the anchor dropping back down. So now we can look back and we see the anchor buoy. It's lifted up the anchor, it's caught the anchor, and now you use silver rope because it floats. Now, I simply unhook it off, one end's tied off at the front, running into the box. Now, what I would do, I would quickly just put a couple of half hitches in this, because I'm always paranoid you're going to get rope in your prop or something. Right, couple of half hitches like that, that loop. Now, look what I'm doing here. And what I do is I just pull it, I'm standing up, and I'm just taking that line into the box. Right, now, watch this over here. Look at this. The rope, the chain. Now, I'm holding the chain because I don't want to scratch my boat. I'm grabbing the chain, and have a look at this. Look at that. That's what's happened, right? The anchor buoy has caught on the chain, like I said, and supported it. Now, that whole chain and everything's got to be 15 kilo. I can't pull that 15 kilo up from 100 metres down. But with an anchor buoy, it's pretty easy. If you want to know some more about anchoring a boat, call the team at Brisbane Yamaha. There's plenty of experts there. None of this is new. Come and talk to the team, and we'll take you on the water and do some anchoring. See you on the water.